PatriotSecuritySystems.com.
If you're considering installing your security system yourself and have questions or concerns regarding this project, you've come to the right place. Stay tuned, watch this video, and we'll give you some insight on the topic. Hello everyone, Mark McElroy from Patriot Electronic Security Systems here. Today I want to talk about a subject that is debated quite a bit in the security alarm business these days, and that is do-it-yourself security systems. Now, time was, not too long ago, most people wouldn't even consider installing their own security system. Even if they were tech savvy and knew something about electronics and knew how to run cable, it just wasn't something most do-it-yourselfers wanted to get involved in. For one thing, in the past, the industry was very closed. If you weren't in the trade, you couldn't buy a professional alarm system from a wholesaler. Nobody would sell it to you. The wholesalers and the manufacturers were very protective of their tradesmen and would only sell to them. Also, you couldn't get your system monitored. No central station monitoring company would have touched someone who installed their own security system. Now, you may be asking why the wholesalers and central stations were so dedicated to the trade in the past. Well, the answer is twofold. One, it was a simple, no-brainer business policy. The wholesalers knew that if they sold security equipment to do-it-yourselfers, they would piss off the security dealers that had accounts with them, because that would take money out of their pockets. And if you were a wholesaler, who would you rather piss off? The do-it-yourselfer who is looking to buy one system from you in his lifetime, or a licensed guy like myself who has an account with you, and every week when I step through your door, I buy 12 to 15 systems at a time. Now, there's another reason why the wholesalers and central stations were reluctant to do business with do-it-yourselfers in the past. And it has to do with the darker, more sinister side of this business. I can sum it up for you in 3 words: legal, liability, exposure. You see, when things go wrong, it's a sad fact that people try to pawn off responsibility for the event on someone else. Even if it was a project that they 100% undertook and executed themselves, if there is a monetary loss, or worse yet, an injury or loss of life due to something they did wrong because they lacked the knowledge and expertise required in doing the project correctly, you can bet that they will be looking for someone else to blame. And in the do-it-yourself security alarm business, really the only 3 entities that the end user can attempt to defer blame to are the wholesalers and manufacturers who supplied them with what had to be defective merchandise, or the central station who must have dropped the ball in their handling of the alarm. You'll never hear a do-it-yourselfer say something like, "The smoke alarm that was connected to my security system did not go off because I installed it right in the corner created where the ceiling meets the wall," which is, as we all know, defined by the National Fire Protection Association as dead airspace and should never be used as a location of a smoke alarm. Now, with all this said, that was the past. There are now many dealers and central stations who have made the business decision to sell their products and services directly to the end user. In fact, some of these companies' entire business model is based on that. To find them, you're going to have to look on the internet, because you have an ice cube's chance in hell to get your local security alarm dealer to sell you a system without installing it, because of the reasons I just stated. But the internet has plenty of them. So where do I stand on this topic? Well, the answer might surprise you. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do what I do. You need to have some knowledge about a basic electrical circuit. You need to be a little handy with tools, and you need to be a little tech savvy when it comes to programming the alarm panel. If you have those skills, you should be able to install your own security system. But remember, there are building and electrical codes as well as installation best practices that you should also become familiar with in order to do the job right. Despite what these do-it-yourself equipment manufacturers would like you to believe, there really is more to this than placing a system control unit on a desk somewhere and sticking up some wireless contacts on your windows and doors, and boom, you're as secure as if you installed a professionally installed security system. If this was the case, banks, jewelry stores, check cashing outlets, just about any retail location that handles large amounts of cash and inventory wouldn't spend all that money on having a professional security system dealer install their system for them. Instead, they would just spend a few $100s, pop up one of those systems on a desk somewhere, stick up the contacts with double-sided tape, and call themselves secure. Sounds ridiculous, right? That's because it is. These systems do indeed offer a level of security you would not have if you didn't have any system at all. But please don't kid yourself into thinking that it's the same level of security as a professionally installed system, because it's not. So to wrap things up, it is my opinion that if you're looking for just a very basic level of security, or you don't have the finances at this time for a professionally installed system, then by all means a do-it-yourself system is a viable option. It's better than no protection at all. But if you want a system that offers a real comprehensive level of security, I mean something that can really make you feel better when you go to sleep at night, call me. Yeah, it'll be more expensive than a do-it-yourself system, but it's not as bad as you might think. And if you could afford it, the peace of mind is well worth the extra money. Now it's your turn. I would love to hear your comments and questions on this topic in the comments section below. Especially if you're a security alarm dealer, I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. I promise to respond to all your comments and questions as fast as possible. Also, please subscribe to this channel by clicking any of the red subscribe buttons, and you will be notified when we release new videos. I'm Mark McElroy, President of Patriot Electronic Security Systems, reminding you to stay safe.